Hi, thank you for joining me. My name is Teresa Crawley. I'm coming to you from Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Today I wanted to show you a brand new 2022 Newmar New Aire. This floor plan is the 4543, and this was a pre-ordered coach, so you can't actually come and buy this coach if you are interested. However, we can put some orders in for you to make it specifically what you're looking for. It's hard to find these right now, so I wanted you to see what they actually looked like if you were interested in doing an order, that you know kind of what you're getting into or what you're going to be deciding on. So this outside color, absolutely gorgeous. I'd never seen it before, but we've also got the Girard window awning package. So we've got the Nova awnings, the full length of the bus here, and of course over the entry door as well. We have our LED lights on right now. Then I'll show you we have dual fill DEF, so you can do that from either side of the bus. Saves you time at the pump. Oh, looks like this got locked again, but you can see that you can do an unlocking here with a programmable code. So that will either work on your front door or on your bay doors. You can program them separately. So that's a really nice feature, and you also have a doorbell. People always ask me, why do I need a doorbell? It's because nobody can hear this back in the coach. These are so well insulated, you're not going to be able to hear if somebody's at your door trying to get in. So now that we're unlocked, we've got a programmable fridge freezer on a slide out here. So you can decide what temperature you want it, if you want it for cold beverages or you wanted to put some fish in there to freeze for when you get home. You can do either one. And the New Aire has a little bit different chassis on it. We do have a 450 Cummins on this, so that's a really big engine for such a small coach. This coach is 35 feet 10 inches. So they got really creative with this storage here. But you'll see there's a lot of underbelly storage on such a short coach. So this is just one of the slide out trays they put in. That'll help you get to all of your things that are in the middle of the coach that otherwise you wouldn't be able to reach. This one opens 2 doors, and the customer of course opted in 2 of these pull-out trays. So there's one, some extra tiles. They put in some vacuum components here for your central vacuum, and some other little pieces and parts that we can tell you about if you're interested. Newmar always does an undercoating on their coaches, and you're not going to get rust. It's going to help with all of the stuff the road is going to want to get on your coach and ruin it, salt and sand and all of that business. So they do an undercoating, but they also have a bunch of insulation both under the storage and on top. Really great. Keeps it from making extra noise inside the coach, breaking tiles, shaking them loose, etc. This is your Samsung TV outside and your Bose soundbar. Now you can make this so that it plays your dash radio, whatever you have going on inside, or you can of course Bluetooth to it from your phone. But great under these beautiful awnings to watch a movie or something at night or during the day. A little bit more storage, and we've got a plug-in down here as well. So if you wanted to put a little your cooktop that can come outside, or a blender for that matter, you can do it here. More storage. And then this last one, we've got your chassis batteries and a chassis disconnect. One other thing I thought I'd point out while we're here, that these slides go flush. So it looks really nice on the outside of the coach when your slides are in. around the back here, once again, this is a 450 horsepower. That's amazing on such a tiny little coach. This is going to drive like a rocket up the mountains. We also have a 10,000 pound towing capacity here. So you could bring a boat or a little trailer. Most people are bringing their Jeeps, and you could fill that Jeep up pretty good with 10,000 pounds of towing. Just a good looking coach all around. This customer did opt for the stainless steel trim package, so you'll notice on the bottom of these bay doors there's stainless steel trim as well as the handles here. And another important feature on this coach is that we have a side radiator. You're not going to find that on any other shorter diesel pushers. So in here, this is just your DEF compartment, or DEF. These bay doors are closing really, really easily for me. Sometimes I really have to slam them to get my doors closed, but these are working so great for me. Of course, this is your water bay. You do have an electric rewind wheel for your water hose. We also have a whole house water filtration system and a Sanacon system, which is a macerator. A macerator, it'll blend up. It's like a blender basically for your sewage or your black tank components, and then it can actually pump it uphill. So if you had to, for some reason, get it uphill, it doesn't happen very often, but that's going to help you out quite a bit in that kind of a situation. This is your continuous hot water / heating system, also called a hydronic heating system. So it's essentially a tankless water heater. That is also going to heat the underbelly that we've been looking at, keeping your components from freezing and your tanks from freezing. It also provides moist heat for the coach. That's your main, what I would call a furnace for the coach. You're also going to have heat pumps and heated floors in there, but this is your main heat like you would have in a home, as well as your water heater. This is your vacuum system I was speaking of, and there is a place inside to put your hoses so that you can vacuum up your coach no problem, but that's where you would dump the filter or clean it out. And this is your 50 amp connection hose, which is powered as well, so you can pull this out really easily, and then it'll just rewind back in with the push of a button. Let's see, they moved the button over here, so it's really easy to get to. I love these LED lights in every bay too. It makes it a lot easier to see what you're doing. A little bit more storage here. And continuing over to here, excuse me. This is your house batteries. We also have solar on this coach, and that's an option. A lot of people don't opt that in, but now it's getting more and more popular. So it's definitely an option with Newmar, or you can just opt in to have it prepped for solar. So if later down the road you decide you wanted to add solar, it's very, very easy to do. The wiring for these things is usually what is the most labor intensive. So if you wanted to add satellites, solar, etc., it's really good to have everything pre-wired. This is a power control center. It's also going to release your generator hood. So pull this and you'll be able to access your generator. Newmar also includes extra fuses here just for convenience sake. And I'll close that so we can go look at the generator. So of course this is a Cummins Onan diesel generator. It's an 8,000. Lots of power for this little coach. And I think we're ready to go inside. Of course, if I missed anything, just let me know. These are live videos, so sometimes I forget a thing or two. Come on in. So I wanted you to be able to have a perspective of what this looks like when the slides are in. So I'm going to walk back here for you. So I can easily get to the kitchen sink, the kitchen cooktop, microwave. I can even get into the refrigerator if I needed to grab a drink or something. And the freezer as well. Then we have our bathroom over here. So I can, while in traveling mode, use the restroom. I can even get back to the rear bed and take a nap if I needed to. So now I'm going to open it up and you're going to see you now have a dance hall in here. It's so big. These are hydraulic slides on the New Aire. And I had never seen this cabinetry color before. It was new this year, and I think it looks really nice. Timeless. They did a really good job of making this classic, that will stay around and you're not going to get tired of it. I'm just going to put out this rear slide too real quick. This slide is a cogwheel slide, so it sounds a little bit different. It's very, very reliable though. And Newmar invented this. They were the first in the motorhome industry to have slide outs. So they still use the same cogwheel system that they used back in the day, and it's very, very reliable. And then you have a very spacious bedroom as well as living area. Since we're back here, let's get started here. I wanted to show you the divider door real quick. It's very pretty, padded, so you're going to have a lot of sound insulation here, but it also just looks really nice and modern. And then of course we have a king size bed. This is a sleep number bed, which is an option in the New Aire. Nice padded headboard, beautiful windows here, storage over the bed. And they also put a place for you to put a cord down. So there's a hole here if you had a sleep apnea machine or something that needed to go there, and the hose can go through down here to where you're sleeping. We of course have reading lights as well as other light controls under the bed there. And this is your rear wardrobe. Oops. Hanging space, shoe storage, as well as a programmable safe back there. Really important if you're a full-timer especially. You might want to keep some important documents with you on the road. And then here's where your stackable washer and dryer are. You got more storage, of course, as well as drawers. I'll just show you how deep those are. And also, you might notice these are solid surface countertops, but they've got a little bit of a sparkle to them. They're very pretty. All right. Now we can look at this hall area, which is of course where your pantry is going to be. These are full extension pantry shelves. You can also adjust the height of them. They put them so that there's little pegs in here and they lock in place. But these little pegs here, so you can move them if you need something taller or more shallow. It's a really nice feature. And of course it lights up when you open the door. Oh, we've still got the styrofoam and wrapping in here, but this is your Samsung refrigerator. This coach is getting ready to deliver this week. There's also a really easy slide lock here that doesn't make the the refrigerator look ugly. A lot of these will have a big metal thing or a big strap across here, and it just looks gross. This is very sleek. You don't really even notice it. So I like that. And then, of course, your freezer. Lots of deep storage space there, and an ice maker. You're probably seeing that pink fluid. That's just winterizing fluid, because it has been a little cold here in Colorado lately. Now, going into the kitchen area, you'll see this beautiful tile backsplash and a huge kitchen window. And one of my favorite things about a Newmar is that they have these induction cooktops that you can actually take outside. So like I was saying earlier, those plug-ins in the bay doors or in the basement area, you can take this out and cook outside just by plugging it in. And then on the opposite side here, we've got cutting boards. So great use of space. This customer opted to not have a dishwasher, but this is where you could have a dishwasher in this area if you wanted to. They opted for storage instead. And we've got a really great silverware drawer or utensils and more. And more. And we'll just keep going. Lots and lots. So these are soft close, really nice construction here. Little place for your sponges and things. A little bit more storage. And then on this side, they actually included a perfectly fitting trash receptacle there for you. So that's nice. Kind of hard to find the right size sometimes. And then, of course, we have our sink. This thing is nice and deep and really a cool design, actually. It's got some ripples in it. And then we, of course, have a sprayer here. I'll show you this up here. Lots of manuals and things up here, but of course you can put whatever you want here. Pull-out tray. And above me, we've got a really great, fantastic fan that'll suck out any smoke or anything that you're creating. Well, I would be creating if I was cooking. So come on in the bathroom here real quick. And this is the only room I haven't turned the lights on, so I'll show you how this touch panel works here. These go through the whole coach, and there's a little, you just touch it to turn it on, which I already did. You just touch on to get that on, and then we have vanity lights. And these are, of course, on a dimmer. And accent lights as well. And then your mirror even has lights in it. So see, you can put your makeup on no problem in here. Be able to see everything. Got a really nice deep medicine cabinet here with plugins. And a little bit more space. Every little bit counts in these motorhomes. Just real quick, if I can get out of the way and you can see it. And a little bit more down there. I think I did mention that we have in-floor heat in this coach, but we also, have the heat coming out in really important places like the bathroom, so it'll be nice and warm in here. We have a beautiful hand-tiled shower here. Newmar has started to include these soap and shampoo dispensers for you so that the bottles aren't clanging around when you're driving. But what a beautiful shower head here. And the other one is actually on the floor because it's winterized. So that has to drain that fluid out. You might see this paper here, the Shower Miser water saving system. What that does is it will keep the water in the tank until it's warm enough for you. And then once it's warm enough, a light will come on and then you can turn it on so that it comes out the right temperature and you're not wasting all of that water down the drain that's not warm enough. Of course, we have a flip down shower seat. And then one of the things Newmar does that I just think is outstanding is the emergency exit door. So if there were ever an emergency, you can open this door quite easily, and there is a ladder that drops down out of this door, and you can get to safety very quickly without having to jump out of a window. right. So the central vacuum that I spoke of, this is where you would put your hoses. They just attach right in there. And then we also have a kick plate, which is right here. So how that works is you would sweep whatever you needed to right here, and then you kick this, and it sucks it all up for you. It's very convenient. This is basically what I would call a china cabinet, but just extra place to store things. And they made it really pretty with this frosted glass. I think this would make a great bar area. And then we're in the living room. So here this customer opted for the theater seats. These have lights for the cup holders and lots of automatic adjustments. So of course the feet are going to come up. This is very comfortable, by the way, and the leather is very soft. But this is a great place to take a nap. And of course right across from me is the TV. So and in between these two theater seats we have USB ports as well as 110 hookups, but lots of places to put things here like your remote controls and TV guides, if anyone still uses a TV guide. Great little space here. But again, super soft leather, ultra leather I should say, and a really comfortable seat. Across from me there's a booth for seating. This does have a pull-out, so you can add a leaf, and you did see those two fold-up chairs that were on the bed earlier. Those would go here and here if you had guests over. And then there is storage under here as well. This is new. I haven't seen this before on a Newmar, but this New Aire had a lot of changes this year in a good way. That's one of them. You could put like magazines or things like that in there. Our TV is on a lift, so we can put that away with the push of a button as well. And it's just on another one of these touch screens. There is one thing that I missed in the hallway, so I'm going to go back because I want you to see this after that TV gets tucked away. A lot of people ask me, can I watch TV going down the road, or won't it rattle around and break the mechanism? No, it actually is made so that you can have it up or down while driving. So if you have guests coming with you, especially children that you need to keep occupied, you can have them watching the TV during that time. But this is the control center, is what I would call this. So right here, when we go to home, we can check our batteries, our fresh black and gray tank, or how much they're full right now, and then our power, our generator. We can set this to start at a certain time, or when the coach gets to a certain temperature, the generator can start so that the air conditioning can come on. And then this is your thermostat here as well. So you can do your block heater here. You can do zonal heat, so the living room, bathroom, and bedroom all have their own. And of course that's going to be running off your Oasis system that we talked about earlier. And then you also have floor heat in here in 3 sections, so front, rear, and mid coach. And you can adjust that how you like it. And then we have a way to look at our cameras. Now, I haven't gotten to the front yet, but this does have a 360-degree camera system. And so we can change the views that we're looking at. This is just a great security feature while you're inside the coach. But it also doubles as when you're driving, you can see what's going on all around you. You can keep an eye on your tow vehicle. Or if you're trying to get through a parking lot, you can make sure there aren't any children or pets around you. So great safety feature, but since it's in the middle of the coach here also, it's a security system for you. So now I'm going to show you the front cockpit area. I love that Newmar thinks of the passenger as well as the driver, and one of the ways they do that is with this retractable screen. Now, most coaches are going to have a screen that's permanent there, and so this passenger is going to be looking through not quite a clear view the whole time, but this is stowable for while you're traveling if you wanted to look at that, but you can put it down while you're parked with the door open to keep the bugs out. So great feature. We also have heated powered seats with a footrest that comes up. Both of these seats do turn around, so it can add to your living area if you want to have guests over. And we also have this little monitor here. This is very important. This is an option, you don't have to have it, but this is so the passenger can say, oh, you're going to be turning left really soon, and the driver doesn't have to take their eyes off the road. I call it the navigation screen. This also has control for heat and cooling for this passenger, a charging pad for your phone, and then you can also put down your visors with the push of a button, and put up a step cover. So when this passenger is going, they don't feel like their feet are dangling like they're a child. This actually, it's a solid floor now, and it's hard to explain that, but that is exactly what it feels like when it's not up, that your feet are just free falling or something. So really nice feature. You can stand on that if need be. It can handle your weight, and then it stows away quite easily. Now, going into the driver's seat, again, we have heated, powered seats. This is your little heater, and then they do all kinds of back adjustment, lumbar adjustment. This goes forward, but it also will tip down. Just makes for a very comfortable, customized ride. And your steering wheel also has adjustments here. And that's on a little button. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so over here we have Computerized Leveling Hwh. Push a button and it will auto level, and push a button it will auto store. Here we have heated and powered side view mirrors, automatic traction control override, and this button is for your toll window. Let's see if I can get that. So it's really a pain in a motorhome to pay tolls. You usually have to get out, walk around, and go pay your toll, but they made this really easy for you to be able to do that. Here, of course, we have fog lights, the battery boost, and your dome light. And we also have another cell phone charger for you, your light controls, your parking brake, windshield wipers here. This is kind of important. I'll show you that you can change your gauges and how you look at them and what you want to look at. So here you'll see right here the menu area. So that's just trip, and then gauges. Let's see, what do I want to look at in my gauges? So you can choose what you want to see there. And then I'm going to go to the next one, fuel economy. Try not to gasp, but that's that. Tire pressure, this is great. We've got a tire pressure monitoring system here, so you know what's going on at all times with even your inside tires there. Road watch, that has your cruise control, your warning distance for your mobile eye system. So that's going to tell you if you're getting too close to the car in front of you. Intelligent high beams, lane departure warning, speed limit indicator. So there's all kinds of safety things you can disable or make them less sensitive. Vehicle configuration is probably my favorite one because it has the steering effort. And of course, because this is a Newmar diesel, this has comfort drive steering on it. So what that does is it measures the torque that you're putting on the steering wheel, and it will take over for you in about 15 seconds. So if it's a very windy day and you're fighting, and your arms are getting tired, after about 15 seconds, Comfort Drive steering takes over and you won't even notice that it's windy. Same with divots in the road and things like that. This really helps with fatigue and driving. It's also, in my opinion, a safety feature. I can back a Newmar coach in very, very easily and safely partly because of this, partly because of the camera systems, and partly because the mirrors are so great. So love that. And some people just like a tighter wheel. That's another thing that does for you, or a looser wheel. They want more control. So that's the basics of the vehicle configuration menu there. Over here, of course, we have phone and cruise control. This is the newer shifting situation that Freightliner has implemented. So it's on this stick right here. You can go to drive, reverse. You can make it manual or automatic. Most of the time you're going to want to leave it on automatic. And also your engine brake is on here. So right now my engine brake is on high. If I wanted to turn it off, that's how you do it. It's very easy. And the great thing about this is you don't have to take your eyes off the road to change gears. So it used to be on a panel over here on the left side, and you did have to look to see, okay, if I wanted to downshift, well, that's not safe, looking off away from the road. So I'm really glad Freightliner did that for us. Moving on to these enormous screens here. So this one is your main menu, of course. We've got radio, media center, SXM radio, Bluetooth, HDMI, navigation, which actually I'm going to go to that so you can see where we're at right now. This is the same screen that's going to be populating on the other navigation screen for the passenger. And then we have the camera set up here. So say you just wanted to watch your tow vehicle or trailer, you can do that. You can do it split 3 ways. You can do it just the sides, which now are slides out, so you can see that right now. But you can change the views, and that's really important for what your purpose is that day. If you're just driving down the road, I like to do the 360 camera, and then you can see all around you. So this is your 360 that I was speaking of. So it basically looks like there's a drone above you all the time. And you're going down the road, you can see what's coming beside you, what's behind you, and what's in front of you, although you can just look forward for that. Then of course we have the rear view as well. So great feature there. We have our powered visors here, just like the passenger had. So we've got those buttons, and then the shade is actually the full darkening. So when it's nighttime, you might want to put that one down. It won't go all the way down when the ignition is started, because obviously they don't want you to wreck. Here's your dock light button. We have overhead fans. You can hear those, but you can't see them. In other coaches, you'll see a big fan like this on either side. This coach is a little more high line, and they don't want that cluttering up your space. So they're integrated, and what those do essentially is help defrost, but they also can help when it's really hot. It really does help cool this front area quite quickly. And then of course you can turn them to medium or low. You can start your generator from here. You can lock your entry door. You can turn your air horn on or off. So that is off. That's on. We've got your courtesy lights and your other visor here as well. So that's the basics of this New Aire. A lot of these things, of course, are custom and were chosen by this customer. And you can change a lot of those. You can get different colors of wood and leather and tile and all of those things. You can opt not to have solar. You can opt not to have heated floors. But this one is pretty loaded, especially this is how they wanted it. It's their dream coach. So If you are interested in ordering a New Aire, please call me or email me. I'm happy to answer any questions, send you an order form, get the process started for you. Again, my name is Teresa Crawley. It's teresa.crawley@transwest.com. Thank you for watching.